If you recall the first video on a population versus a sample, these videos are now starting to explain different methods for collecting samples. So in this video, we're covering simple random sampling. So the first thing you must do when you collect a sample is to establish your population size, which is always represented by capital N. And in this case, let's say we're looking at 40 people. And let's say we want to collect a sample of 9, then lowercase n is always your sample size. So in order to collect a random sample, the first step you need to take is to assign all participants a number. And then you're going to use some form of a random number generator to produce random numbers within this group. So in our class, we actually use a random number table. And in this example, I just grabbed a random line from that table. You can talk to me at some time if you're taking my course about how to use that paper. But for now, I'm just going to go through this example pretty quickly. So let's say I took a line and it gives me all of these 2-digit values. I'm using a 2-digit line from the table because I only have participants from 1 to 40. And so if I go through the line, 18 is the first number that I see, so I would select 18 or participant 18 to be a part of my sample. Then I'll move down the list to participant 2. Notice that participant 55 is not in this list, so I have to skip 55 and move on to 35 because I only have 40 people in my population. Again, 72 I'll have to skip, and so I will choose participant 16, 39, 12, 22, and finally 7. Oh, and 26, sorry. So once I've collected these 9 people, those that are highlighted in red would be my sample size of 9, and this is how you collect a simple random sample. It's that simple. So a few things to point out. The pros to this method is that it's very easy to use, so it's commonly used in practice. And also because it is random sampling, it's required when you are checking your assumptions. So no matter what, the most basic form of sampling, it has to at least be a random sample. The downsides is that this does not guarantee a representative sample, so we're going to talk about how to combat that in later videos.